Hi everyone, my name is Gizem Yetim. I cannot believe that we are almost at the end of class. It's crazy how time flies. I'm really going to miss you all. Okay, so I wrote down my proposal so I can read what I'm going to say in the video so I don't get excited and forget. So my research proposal is: does the messages and symbols sent through social media images affect women and their body image and cause them to form body dysmorphia or an eating disorder? I will be using the communication theory, cultivation theory in my study. I believe that is the best suiting theory for my project. Cultivation theory, said by researcher Shrum in 2023, is, in simplest terms, it is a long-term exposure to media, and it shapes how media consumers perceive the world and conduct themselves. The theory was founded by George Gerbner in 1969. The hypothesis states that the more television people watch, the more likely they are to hold a view of reality closer to television's depiction. And even though the viewer knows that thing they are showing on TV is fake, they can still believe it and have that affect their own life and own reality. In the beginning, cultivation theory was mostly looking at television and specifically the genre crime. And it said that the more crime people saw on television, the more crime was committed in real life. Well, I decided to use cultivation theory, but looking at social media, cultivation theory said that seeing something constantly can affect the way people see something. Well, for my research, I decided to look at body images on social media, specifically on Instagram, and how especially women and young adult women or teenagers are affected by these images. Organizations, businesses, influencers, celebrities, and brands all post images, largely body images, that are all photoshopped and filtered, and regular women who are scrolling on Instagram keep getting bombarded by these unrealistic images, and after a while of seeing them so much, even if they know or believe there is Photoshop used on the picture, even though it isn't stated on the picture, they still can guess, but they still believe that their body needs to look like the ones in the pictures. Then these women start to form body image issues, eating disorders, and body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia, according to David Veal in his paper in 2019, is a condition that consists of a distressing or impairing preoccupation with imagined or slight defects in appearance, associated repetitive behaviors, and where insight regarding the appearance beliefs is often poor. And when people form these kind of image issues or even just eating disorders, they can lead to very large problems like sickness or sometimes even death. So it is a big deal. So I'm looking into the images and symbols or subliminal messages that bombard viewers and communicate to them that they need to look a certain way, because that is what is accepted in society and in fashion with brands and influencers, etc. Social media is a big form of communication in today's world, and the messages it sends out to users have great effects on them. Some limitations in my research will be that, unfortunately, I cannot read the minds of people and how they actually feel when they see these images. So therefore, for my research plan, I will conduct a mixed methodology that will be a convergent method where I will collect quantitative and qualitative method research at the same time and have them support one another in the research. For my quantitative method, I will hold a survey. The participants will be women from the ages 18 to 65, and I will ask them questions like, have you ever had an eating disorder before? Does seeing something constantly affect your state of mind? Do you get easily influenced by certain things? Are you affected by body image posts on social media? Do you think body image posts send out messages to you that you need to look a certain way? Are you affected by what you see on social media? Do you think you have body image issues or body dysmorphia? The questions will be either a yes or no and will be closed-ended questions. And then the results will be looked at through statistics and percentages. For the qualitative portion of my study, I will actually observe some Instagram and social media posts and use a program to see if these images use Photoshop. I will also look if there are a lot of body images as well. The other qualitative method I will do is an interview. with an eating disorder survivor. I know her. She's my friend, Melissa. I stated and wrote about her in my paper as well. And she had formed an eating disorder because of social media and her body image insecurities. I will interview her with her voluntary participation, of course, which is how all my participants will be. And I will interview her and ask her how she was affected, how her eating disorder started, what those images communicated to her, and how she recovered. Some limitations for my research project can be the availability, willingness, and respondent motivation. The interview may go differently than expected. If the survey participants or the interviewee lies, then that can be a limitation and create an unpredicted result. Oh, and my interview will have questions that I ask again, so the conversation can go on, so I can learn more. So for the limitations, I will try my best to escape the limitations as best as possible for my research project. I think there are a lot of gaps and in previous studies about social media and cultivation theory. There aren't a lot of research on them, so I believe my research can add to this topic. There has been some research done that I have included in my literature review, which I'll give examples of now. Some examples are, for example, the journal name, Social Media Exploring the Relationship of Social Networking, Sites on Body Image, Self-Esteem, and Eating Disorders by Santa Rosa and Woodruff in 2017. It talks about how cultivation theory can be looked at through social media and not just television. It states that exposure to media cultivating beauty ideals impacts body image and eating behaviors. Another literature I used, so that literature was helpful. Another one I used was named Every Instagram Counts. Applying cultivation theory to explore the effects of Instagram on young users, body image by Philip, Elena, and Peter in 2021, and their literature examines how Instagram is a leading factor of influence and how it connects to cultivation theory. It states that recent research suggests that social networks have replaced traditional media as the main channel by which beauty ideals are conveyed, often resulting in body dissatisfaction and reduced self-esteem among users. So there are a few journals that helped me with my research, and I enjoyed reading all together. I hope one day when I do complete my research fully, I can publish it either as a book or into a journal or something like that. So I'm very passionate about this topic. I believe social media is a huge communication source in today's world, and it can affect people positively or negatively, and it is crucial in today's world. I would like to leave you guys with one of my favorite Bible verses that happens to be about communication. James 1:19 from the King James Bible states, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." I'm so excited to research this topic. I am so shocked that this class is almost over. If God lets me, I will begin my dissertation process soon. I will miss you guys and Professor Bailey very much. We are finally in spooky season. I hope everyone has the best holiday season moving forward. And yeah, thank you very much. Bye.